Welcome to Real Conversations with Patricia Baranovsky-Schneider, the podcast that takes you on a journey around the world to meet some of the most inspiring and accomplished individuals. Discover their stories, uncover invaluable business lessons from their paths to success, and gain exclusive insights on how to apply their strategies to elevate your life and business.
Hello, and welcome to Real Conversations with Patricia. I'm your host, Patty Baranowski-Schneider. Today, I'm joined by Prerak Mehta, founder of NetMafia. So welcome, Prerak. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much, Patricia, for having me here.
My
It's
pleasure.
it's wonderful to be here.
Thank you. So tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do?
Sure. So currently, I'm running my own marketing agency based out of Mumbai, where I'm staying, and we are helping SMEs and different businesses scale online through organic traffic, which is called as SEO marketing. So that's what we are doing. But my work portfolio goes a long way.
Nice. So now tell us about your journey to NetMafia. What inspired you to transition from programming and development to founding NetMafia and focusing on web design and SEO?
Sure. So it's all started back in 2020. There was a nationwide lockdown in India where I live, and everyone, including myself, were just um, they knew that we had to develop our skills in order to get a job maybe post pandemic, because we knew that times are going to change now. The demand for different engineers, software developers are going to increase, and the skill set that one would require has to have more. I mean, what I'm trying to say is over here is, if a person would probably had like just the front end skills, will
Right.
require both the skills, front end and back end.
Mhm.
So not just me, but I think everyone who were passionate about building their career, they lean towards online learning, and so did I. And while I was learning through different courses on Udemy, I realized that there was an option to teach on Udemy. So that got me thinking, is that so easy to teach on these kind of platforms? Because I had this kind of an impression that only university level professors are allowed to do so. But then as I started to investigate and explore more and more things about it, I only thing that came across my mind that maybe I should give it a shot and make my own course and see how it pans out. That way maybe I can just teach what I have learned so far in my college curriculum, because my college, I completed my graduation in engineering, specifically electronics, where we were also taught about different softwares and programming languages because it is part of our engineering curriculum. So
Nice.
I developed a course on C++ that allowed me to explore not just how to be camera confident, but also gave me different exposure to video editing, you name it, graphic designing for thumbnail
Nice.
creation. SEO marketing was the very first time where I got introduced to, because SEO is like a way to sell your course in an autopilot mode, because at the end of the day, your course is a product, it's a digital product. And if you want to keep it selling, you have to have it optimized for search based rankings, right? So that's what I learned about it first. But then
Nice.
as I progressed through my college semesters, we had internships, which was mandatory to do as part of our semester. So in those internships, I just not learned about software development, testing, also marketing, specifically SEO marketing. So that made me realize that, okay, maybe this is something which I enjoy doing more than developing software, because I am passionate about teaching software, but when it comes to actually building software in a company, I think it's not much fun to do what marketing is.
Yeah. Well, that's nice that you have that go-get-'em attitude, because most people say, oh, I don't know what to do, but you're like, I'll figure it out. Let me see what I can do.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly. Unless
Well,
and until you're not going to get your hands dirty, you're never going to know what's there in for you.
absolutely. So now tell us, how can local businesses use free AI SEO tools to scale their online presence and consistently attract 50 plus monthly visits?
Sure. So I have a small gift for your audience. They can use my link, and it's an opt-in form, and they'll get an access to my SOP document, which covers everything in detail about how they can use a bunch of different AI tools. So if they want, they can check out that link. Otherwise, if I had to just go over a few of the things as to what a local business owner could do, I think first and foremost thing is to have a Google My Business profile ready. Without that, I don't think y- it is going to give you a good starting off point when you are thinking about getting into SEO. So create your GMB profile, optimize it the best way possible can, get reviews from your past clients, customers, and create content on your website. If you don't have one, get a website built for you, because that will set up a foundation for you to run ads in the future, or maybe even get traffic through organic ways, through SEO or video marketing, whatever you name it.
It's very good. So now many small businesses find AI intimidating. So how could they start leveraging AI tools for SEO in a simple and practical way?
Sure. So AI is not at all intimidating. I think it's just an impression that AI is very difficult, where in fact AI was created to make our lives easier. So all you have to do is just type in simple English and you just name it whatever you want to get. So in terms of local SEO, if I had to maybe give out or share some tips, the first one would be when you're creating your GMB profile, which is basically an acronym for Google My Business. So you're gonna go far ahead than your competitors if you're creating GMB post. It's very similar to your Facebook post or Instagram post, wherein you put up your infographic post along with the content of what kind of offer you are currently running, the services you offer, the team members along with whom you're working with so far, maybe client testimonials, reviews. You can put it in the form of GMB, or maybe some project case study, like this is the kind of work you have delivered so far, and you can go in depth and utilize the 1500 character limits and go over in detail as to how do you stand out from your competition, what's your USP, where do you serve, the areas specifically, the contact number, email address, whatever you name it. All those can be simply be fetched by in a presented format through AI. Like ChatGPT is always the go-to option because it's developing in a really great way.
Fast.
Another great AI tool would be Claude. Claude is really nice, and I find it really great when you are using it in conjunction with other AI tools. Like I have a different course on Udemy, which I go over AI in SEO and how to use it. So I'll just share a small tip from that course. So there is a Chrome extension tool which is called as Harpa AI. So that Harpa AI allows you to have and connect with different AI softwares like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Perplexity, and you just sign up with your Google account and you connect it with your API keys, so that when you are browsing through different web pages, you can just extract the keywords, extract what your competition is doing, and just reverse engineer their process and apply it on your own website and in your own marketing strategy.
So now, what are some of the key principles of organic content marketing that local businesses can use to boost visibility and engagement?
So when we talk about organic marketing and creating content, I think the first and most foundational step would be to do a thorough keyword research, because keyword research is the very base step. When your foundation is weak, the building might just fall. So if your foundation is not clear, you no matter how much great steps you're going to take later on, it's not going to help you. So the best thing that you can do is do a thorough keyword research. Start with what kind of things you offer, what your competition is doing, the areas that you serve. Take a look at the metrics like the search volume, the search difficulty, and the intent behind each and every search. Because when we type in particular keywords, I might not be necessarily looking to buy or purchase that service or product at that moment, but maybe I'm just trying to search whether this product might be a good fit for my needs or not. So there are four different types of search intents. We have informational, we have navigational. So if I wanted to reach out to you, I would type in your name followed by the place where you live, the location, and I would get, if your content has been optimized on your website, it should rank ideally. So that's a navigational search. Then we have the commercial intent. That's basically when I'm trying to compare your product with someone else's. And then we have the transactional, where I'm ready to buy your product or service. So once you create a complete topical cluster in a way that you have structured in a funnel format, that right now, maybe let's just say you have figured out that okay, I need to create 10 articles, 10 blog posts, out of which 7 would be focusing on informational and navigational, which will allow me to attract the cold leads. Then comes the middle of the funnel part, where I am going to attract the warm leads, I would say, who pretty much know about what I have to offer, but they are still on the verge of making the final decision. And then I have the content, which is the transactional intent based, which will allow me to convey that my product is the best or my service is the best, and that will allow me to convert those leads into actual clients or customers for my business. So do the keyword research proper, then go on creating content. So when doing keyword research, there are some industry level tools like Ahrefs and SEMrush, and they are very expensive to get started with, around $130 a month. And for someone who has no idea as to what to do, they might just,
Wasting
completely
money.
waste that money. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with different AI tools like Gemini and Claude, Gemini, I would say why? Because Gemini is a product of Google, and Google has its keyword planner for the PPC ads, right? So it integrates with it and connects it within the backend when you try to ask to fetch keywords in your niche, in your location. That though the metrics though wouldn't be 100% accurate in terms of SEO, but it would be a good starting off point since it's going to be completely free of cost. So I think Gemini can be leveraged for keyword research when it comes to creating content. Claude and ChatGPT are pretty much close to each other, so they are competing every day with new and new models. So yeah,
Nice.
you have to create
So,
content, you have to interlink them, get backlinks. There's so many things that can do with SEO.
but now why is local SEO critical for small businesses? And like, what are the top 3 steps that they should take to optimize their local presence?
So as I said, okay, so that entire question had three sub questions, I think. So first, let's answer the question of why it would be important for local businesses to have a local SEO strategy. So I think when we talk about marketing, marketing is there to attract clients or customers for your business. And when I'm trying to um, invest or take a look into any form of marketing strategy, I wouldn't just lay all my eggs in just one basket. As Warren Buffett says, you have to diversify your portfolio in investing, and I think that concept should be pretty much applied same on your marketing efforts as well. So SEO, not just local SEO, but you name it, the SaaS SEO, international SEO, global SEO, whatever you name it, it's a long-term marketing strategy. You start off now and you're going to keep on doing it for a year or two if you hadn't done any sort of marketing in the past. And maybe after a year or two, you will start seeing results on a consistent basis. It isn't something that you wouldn't see results in the meantime, you would see, but in a consistent format, you'd see ideally post 1 or 2 year mark. And while you are doing the SEO, you should also take a look into the paid ad campaigns, social media marketing strategy, and so on. So, local SEO is a way to help you get started with businesses who are limited to certain locations and they can't just work remotely. When we are talking about local SEO, it allows us to reach out to people who are in my nearest locations. So, like roofers, plumbers, HVAC industry, they benefit a lot from local SEO, unlike they would from an ad campaign or social media, because your reels or your infographic post might just be shown to people living in Australia while you're running a business in Dallas, so it wouldn't make sense. But if I'm trying to look a local plumber in my area, I would just type in plumbers near me, and if my GPS is on, if the other person's plumber's GMB profile is optimized in a way that it would show up in my search results, I'm most likely to call them up and get my faucet fixed, right? So that's the entire intention behind going the local SEO strategy route. Coming to your next question about the top 3 tips. First would be to create a Google My Business profile. Second would be to get a website ready so that you can post content on it, you can post up your service pages, and so on. Third would be to start posting content on your website and on your Google My Business profile, because at the end of the day, you're not going to attract leads and visitors just out of nowhere. If you don't have anything value or information to offer for free, why would they land up on your website? Right? It wouldn't make sense for them. So you have to post content in a form of article, listicles, some sort of how to's, you name it. There are so many ways that you can go about it.
Now, I know some people who have like they're like entrepreneurs, have a small business, and they don't have a website. They just use like a Facebook group. It's not
Yeah.
really the same. It's not really getting the SEO out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced while building NetMafia, and how'd you overcome them?
I think the biggest challenge would be, since it's a proprietor firm, I am the sole proprietor of my company. I pretty much had to figure out everything by myself. And I started my company while I was still in my college in my last semester, while I was juggling my final year projects. I was giving my Viva examinations, giving the test, regular test, lab test, and so on. So over here,
You were
the
busy.
curriculum is pretty intense. Yeah. And figuring out how to register your company, how to create a bank account, even the basics of the basic steps, I had to just go through and do it all by myself, creating systems and processes for my business, like in terms of creating a project management tool and setting up in a way that would be most relevant for my work. So when we talk about SEO and web design, it isn't just as simple when we are looking into the nitty-gritty of the work. And if I may be able to expand in the future, I would want my CRM system to look very pretty neat and clean in order to track my workflows in a way that it's pretty set up. And I know that, okay, I have to spend X amount of hours for this particular client, and in a way that I dedicate my time very clearly and I get the most out of my time and work. So, challenge again, as I said, would be not just that, but also to get clients. It's very, very, very difficult because SEO, even though we apply the same tactics that we apply for our clients, as I said before, also, SEO is a long term strategy game, right? And you have to wait for that 1 or 2 year mark to start seeing results in a passive way. So, I was not only doing that, I was also appearing on different podcasts like this. I was cold calling people in US. I was cold emailing them. I'm doing posting reels, content on my LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, cold DMing people, you name it, whatever outreach method is there. I've been doing all of that. So the biggest challenge is not just to set up your business, but also to get clients when you're just starting out.
Yeah. That's why they need a marketing firm. Yes. Now, with over 3,500 students from Udemy, what have you learned about educating others?
35,000 students.
Yeah. What have you learned about educating others on digital marketing, and how has it influenced your strategies?
Pardon, I didn't quite completely understand your question.
Well, basically, what did you learn about educating other people on digital marketing, and how has it influenced what you're doing?
Oh, I think it's really great. I see people leaving positive reviews and sharing that this is one of the course that they think that nothing has been held back and everything has been shared in a way that just out of um, sharing pure knowledge and in a way building credibility for my brand as well. Because as a 22-year-old entrepreneur and standing out in the market where already big players are standing for years and years, it's very difficult to stand out from your crowd. So my intention to build this course was not just in a monetary aspect but also to build credibility in the space, because I didn't quite have any freelance projects for SEO specifically. I did have for web design, because as I was building different courses on website development, programming, and um, creating web applications, as soon as I started developing those courses and publishing, I was getting different freelance projects for different businesses, which I did. But for SEO, it was different. This is something which I started completely new and I just ventured in for the very first time. So, to build credibility, to build authority in the zone, I built the course and to share something which is completely unique, which something not others are doing on Udemy or you name on any other platform where any other course would come close to mine. I'm not just trying to sound pompous or self-centered over here, but to be, I'm being generous over here and sharing what the students have left reviews.
Wow.
So when it comes to teaching these people, I'm trying to build a strong community of entrepreneurs just like me on even on my YouTube channel, because I just don't want to limit my knowledge to myself. I want to share it with the world and I want to build a community in a way that we all form a collaborative community, that if I have someone, a client coming up to us, maybe their budget is something that they can't work with. If I have a community, someone else is working in that budget, I can refer to them. If someone else is maybe helping each other out, I would love to see that happening. Reddit communities, Reddit forum groups, Facebook groups are all there. So I would like to take that initiative, and that's the reason why I started, and it's been really great journey so far.
Oops. Now, how do you see AI shaping the future of SEO and digital marketing in the next 5 years?
Oh my God, that's a really
I know
terrible
from this
question
week to
because
next week is going to be different. So 5 years, but yeah.
exactly, exactly. Because every month or so, we are seeing new and new different AI models and AI apps coming up. Recently, DeepSeek from China has sort of dethroned ChatGPT. So I personally haven't gotten my hands dirty with DeepSeek, but I'm really looking forward to it. But when it comes to just predicting how AI would shape up SEO in marketing, I would say that for the text base, it's doing pretty good job. It's it's also, it depends on the kind of prompts that you give. It can help you even bypass a lot of different AI detector tools. What is now developing and what I think will happen in the future is AI in video marketing and in video creation process. So as we speak, I think I'm aware that video based pardon me, sorry, I was saying that text-based blog format can be converted into podcast, in a two-way podcast, and
What?
completely AI voice. And it sounds so natural with so much of inflection, tone inflections, and different pauses, different accents. And you just feel that I'm listening to these real people, whereas it's completely AI generated.
Mhm.
So you just feed in content generated out of these different AI tools, and you create AI podcast and you post it. So all you are just doing is giving prompts. Now, with Sora, with ChatGPT integration, you are seeing different AI videos coming up. So I think
Yeah.
there's no limit.
Well, the AI videos, I mean, I've done some of them where it is true. You just type in what you want it to say, and I pick, do I want a girl? Do I want a young girl? You pick whatever, and it just totally says it. I haven't seen any go on for a long time, but I just really haven't looked. So, I mean, I can see how they could totally do podcasts because it'd be a lot easier. I just shoot you 10 questions, you shoot me back answers, and bam, didn't have to waste each other's time, you know? But see, then we don't get to see you. So then this is better. So now, what advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs looking to start a digital market agency or grow their business online?
Just start. Just start. Don't wait for the
Yeah.
right moment to come. Don't stuck in learning loop. You will, you should, I should say, learn while you earn. That's how I've been doing so far. So just get started. Just, don't learn how to swim in a swimming pool. Uh,
Jump
just
in.
dive in the swimming
Yeah.
pool and you'll learn on your own.
Nice. Now, anything else you want to add that we didn't already talk about?
I think for this ending note, I think are we close to the end of our podcast?
Mhm.
So any business owner looking to get their SEO done, they could reach out to us. We are ready to help. We are already working with few clients. We have helped them achieve 300% more in impressions, traffic impressions, and 100 more clicks than usual within just 3 months of our project, whereas normally it would take 6 months. And if anyone is interested to get hands of the copy of our SOP guide, they can check out that. I have a course on Udemy. It's very cheap, 5-10 bucks to get started with. Go on, take my course. You will have lifetime access. And if you want to stay connected with me, reach out to me on YouTube, Instagram. I am posting consistently over there. And on YouTube, I'm genuinely trying to post my work-related vlogs, as I like to call it. I'm posting content on building on public. I'm documenting whatever I'm doing on my company. I'm just putting it on YouTube. So that's what I'm doing.
Nice. Well, thank you again for being on the show. Again, that was Prerak Mehta. So thanks for listening to Real Conversations with Patricia. Never miss an episode by subscribing to the channel. So thank you again.
Thank you for listening to Real Conversations with Patricia, talking with some of the most brilliant minds on their journey to success and their recommended strategies. Please leave your feedback and visit pristineadvisors.com to get the latest and greatest business advisement on the planet. Feel free to let me know your thoughts, suggestions, and anything else you'd like me to cover. Together, we can make success happen for all.